Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai Barakatah. Before I get this lesson started, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yoshai. Ba'ashim Barakatah, and double honor to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone of whom I learned from. And a shalom to the hopefully that brothers taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits of Yahshua to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai. This is your brother Radah with an expose. Regardless of what we believe about the so-called CK1 incident, Calvin Klein, no friend of mine, don't want nobody's name on my behind. Remember that song? Because we're going into the end of the final stages of prophecy, which is leading us into what? The MOTB, Jacob's Trouble and the MOTB, and then World War III, which is Yahweh Shaphat. And the destruction and the judgment of the wicked, which is described as Edom being destroyed, who is the border of wickedness, and we get that from Malachi chapter 1 verses 3 through 4. These are videos showing you will know them by their fruits, and men are likened unto trees, and you can determine the type of tree by the type of fruit it produces. And we are seeing the fruit of the so-called Edomite. It's plain as day, man. They would like to get up on television and convince you that the world's problems are coming from the so-called black man and the so-called Latino man. And it's typically the same race of people who are saying all these things, claiming to be pure, claiming to be good, claiming to be righteous, when in fact they are the wicked. Look at this stuff and make your own conclusion. But what I want to point out to you is, what do you see? It is the so-called white man doing what he is doing to the so-called white man and the rest of the nations of the earth, because he's the deceiver. Check this out.
This is the turning point, and they've left us so many clues. It should be so obvious now. Freemasons. Donald Trump is now doing his talk at Charlie Kirk's funeral, and listen to what he says here.
I got to know him very well, and saw immediately that Charlie was actually a master builder of people.
He is a master builder.
Charlie was actually a master builder of people.
What does that mean? Freemason, master builder. Freemasonry is an ancient and honorable fraternity. The Master Builder is a title bestowed upon those who have demonstrated their commitment to the principles of Freemasonry and to their brothers in craft. Freemasonry has been in existence for centuries, and its members have had a profound influence on the development of our society. The Master Builder is a title of great respect, honouring members who have contributed significantly to the advancement of Freemasonry by their dedication and hard work. The Master Builder is a symbol of excellence and dedication to the craft, exemplifying leadership qualities, dedication to the service and devotion to the cause of Masonry. People find that hard to accept. That shooting was staged. You saw all the clues left for us. You saw the hats on the table. 3 of them. 4, 7. That's 11 times 3, it's 33. Charlie Kirk's name, C is 3, K is 11. Patel said that they had the man in custody for 33.
To the family of Charlie Kirk, in honor of his memory, I want to express my deep gratitude to President Trump. In 33 hours. 33 hours.
And if you listen to the numbers all added up at the court case for Tyler Robinson.
To the judge.
Polling case 251403576. State of Utah versus Tyler James Robinson.
33. I don't know how much more obvious we can make it. They've been leaving clues in plain sight for us, but we're now about to find out the truth when it comes to Freemasonry and all the good people that have been fighting for our freedoms against evil from this world. They're all about to come out from the shadows, and we're about to see the truth in plain sight.
Got to know him very well, and saw immediately that Charlie was actually a master builder of people.
So why is this happening? This is why. Who is as a wise man? Who is as the wise man? And who knows the interpretation of a thing? All right, let's get this. We got to get these foundations set up. Who is as the wise man, right? We know that King Solomon is the son of David. He wrote this, and we also know that King Solomon is Yahushua in one of his reincarnations. Regardless of if you can even comprehend that or understand it, it is the truth. We that are hopefully elect, we that are the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, we understand this. Ecclesiastes 8:1. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? So there's not all these different interpretations. There's not all this, oh, you have your interpretation. And I know there is a interpretation of a thing. A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. Now, what does wisdom say? Look at this. I will lift up thy skirt. I will lift up your skirt. So we go into Nahum. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness. We understand that nakedness in the prophecies and scriptures is a dark saying for the for transgression or sins. Because if you do not have a covering for your sins, that means you cannot be redeemed from them. Okay, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. We get this understanding from when Adam and Eve transgressed in the garden. They were naked, right? Who told you that thou was naked? Did you eat from the tree that I told you not to eat of? And once the Most High was done judging Adam and Eve and then the serpent, it was only Adam and Eve, not the serpent, who got coats of skin to cover their nakedness. Why? Because Adam and Eve, that was Yahushua, and Eve is a type and shadow of the elect, because salvation is only for the Israelites. Salakia. Salvation is only for the Israelites. Unlike how Esau has told the world through Renaissance Western Christianity that salvation is for just randomly anybody. No. The Bible is a recording of the Hebrew Israelites with prophecies that speak about what the Most High is going to do to the other nations, because the Most High shares his secrets with his prophets, with his servants the prophets, and the only people who can be prophets are Hebrew Israelite men. Not just anybody. Okay? Let's get another one. The man of sin being revealed. Renaissance Western Christian, the man of sin. The man of sin. You guys have to understand this. The man of sin is being revealed. This is talking about a race of people. This is going back to Malachi 1:3 through verses 4, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. All right? Renaissance Western Christianity has told the world that the man of sin is an individual man. Did you see an individual man working in this video? You saw a bunch of men. You saw a bunch of so-called white men working around the so-called murder or the theatrical murder of another so-called white man. It's not just one guy, you guys. It's talking about a race of people. Okay? It's talking about a race of people. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Let's go back one. 2 Thessalonians 2:2. That ye be not soon shaken in mind or in trouble, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that day of Hamashiach is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. This is 70 AD. This is not people in America backsliding from Renaissance Western Christianity like they taught it. Because Renaissance Western Christianity is fake. The name of Yahushua is not Jesus, and he's not a so-called white man, and there's no salvation for the so-called Edomites because they're the wicked nation, and America will be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. So this is talking about 70 AD. And the man of sin goes into, let's pull it, Malachi. I have hated Esau. I have it. You got to see these, and Paul repeats it in the New Testament because nothing has changed. The wicked have been reserved for the day of Yahweh from the beginning. This is all prophecy. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste, This goes into Esau's rulership. That's what the mountains are, and his heritage. The Most High is going to wipe off the way that Esau expresses himself as a nation on the earth for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished. This is during the Renaissance period. This is during the Dark Ages when they fell first, when Rome fell and was bound for 1,000 years. It's talking about the Edomites. They were supernaturally bound up for a whole day, for 1,000 years, from being able to use and impose their left-handed occultic practices on the earth. So they were just kind of stuck for a while, right? Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return. We will rise again and build. And that's what they did. According to this prophecy, is the reason why they were able, Stephen Miller, or whatever his name is, the bald-headed guy, we have built this this city this world that we are now occupying, and we are good, and you are bad and evil and jealousy. This is the prophecy that allowed them to rise to the heights that you see them operating in today. It's not because of their whiteness. It's not because of their self-proclaimed whiteness. It's because the Most High declared a prophecy on Edom, and they are fulfilling it because they were empowered to do so because of what the Most High said. We see that in Daniel chapter 2, that the Most High sets over the earth whomsoever he will, even the basis of man. And this is all done so that the living may know that the Most High rules in the kingdom of men. Go to Daniel chapter 2. We're going to read this. Verse Malachi 1-4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever. So this is Edom again, right? Let's go to Obadiah. Obadiah. How many times do you guys got to see Edom mentioned in prophecy before you realize it's the so-called white man? It's talking about him. Because who do you see on TV doing all this shit, man? The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord God, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. There goes Mount Seir. There goes Idumea. Okay, this is how they got their started. Even Stephen Miller said, we came out of the caves. Whose habitation is high? That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Was not Steve Miller just boasting out like crazy how amazing they were at the so-called CK1 funeral fucking thing? Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. What's the national bird of America? And what's the national symbol of the so-called white man? The fucking eagle, because it's the highest flying bird. Don't they control air traffic control all over the earth? You got to speak English. I just showed that in the last lesson I did. You got to speak English in every nation in order to operate air traffic control in airplanes. Why does China got to speak English? How come Africa has to speak English? Because the so-called white man is in rulership, and that's the nation of Edom. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, talking about their satellite systems, they're always going up into space, thence will I bring thee down. Talking about the fake moon landing, saith Yahweh. Okay, so this goes into, this is identifying them, and if you go further down, we're going to skip some, right? We're going to go down to 17, 18, 19. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. That's going into your elect of the Hebrew Israelites. And there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. Verse 18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame. That's your northern and southern kingdom of the Israelites, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh has spoken it. This is all being directed at the so-called white man. One more. He who is wicked to himself, or evil, he who is evil to himself. This is talking about white-on-white crime and how they like to try to convince you that so-called black-on-black crime is the problem of the earth. That's a relatively new phenomenon. It's the curses, but it's relatively new. We weren't shooting each other in Chicago during the way we are today, the way we back in the 60s and in the 50s. This came later, you guys. Okay? Edomites have been killing each other since fucking Rome. even before that. So this is Ecclesiastes. It's talking about them. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his good. So look, go back here. Let's go back. Let's go back. So we got this, right? We got this one.
Turning point, and they've left us.
And you saw.
This is the turn in existence to have
You
contributed.
saw the definition of what a master builder is. They're telling you, right? Because the Most High is revealing them. Esau. Oh, I missed another one. So one more. My bad. But these are all lined up. Look. Esau shall no longer be able to hide himself. Major prophecy. That's another reason you have to understand these precepts. These prophecies govern the planet. They govern creation. Doesn't fucking matter if you believe in it. The Most High is the programmer, and all of creation are the programmees. We're the programs. And his right hand, Elohim, and his left hand, Elohim, are sent forth back and forth from him into the earth to guide creation down the path of prophecy. All right? And Jeremiah says, 49:10, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. What's his secret places? This. His doctrine, how he operates on the left-hand side. The light bearer, Lucifer, where his source of wisdom comes from. He gets it on the left-hand side of Yahweh from Satan, because Satan does everything that the Most High tells him to do. Okay, and Esau is following along the program that the Most High has written for him to play out in the earth. The Most High is in control of this motherfucker, bro, not the so-called goddamn white man. Jeremiah 49:10, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors are, and he is not. So this is why there's so much stuff coming out against this motherfucker. All right, and the so-called white people that are bringing it out, a lot of them, they fall under two categories. They are either the speckled bird, they are Hebrew Israelites that look like so-called white people, or they're right here, their tongues. And I'm going to stop with this because people will try to think because their tongue shall fall upon themselves. Shall fall. They think, because somebody white said something. No, it doesn't mean that they're good. Again, we're all programmed. There is no free will. Their tongue shall fall upon themselves. And they are only fulfilling prophecy. Psalm 64:8. So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. This is also the reason why they tell you so much stuff, because they think that there's no karma repercussions from it when they do the method of the revelation. When they do this, let's go back. When they do this, and they tell you what they've done,
This is the turning point.
they think that there's no.
This is the
They think there's no karmic type of. Yes, they're all going to be judged because we know what what Yahweh Shabbat is. It's the day of the Lord when the Most High has reserved the wicked for judgment. So they're not going to get out of judgment because they're telling it to you. But according to this precept, so they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. This is why you see.
This is the turning.
This is why you see Trump saying that Charlie Kirk was a master builder. They're basically telling you, but not in so many words. It's because of that prophecy. Everybody on the planet Earth is governed by the word of the Most High, whether you believe it or not.
Point, and they've left us so many clues. It should be so obvious now. Freemasons. Donald Trump is now doing his talk at Charlie Kirk's funeral, and listen to what he says here.
I got to know him very well and saw immediately that Charlie was actually a master builder.
So he's telling you he's a Freemason. He's telling you that Charlie Kirk is a Freemason. Everybody involved is a Freemason. But they're governed by the scriptures, okay? So let's pull out of this one. And let's get another one.
Is this conspiracy theory or is this reality? What I'm about to tell you is going to shock you because I fact-checked this according to AI.
Hold on.
You're fucking with the wrong one.
Is this guy, that guy, compared their faces. He won 6 Emmy Awards, makeup artist, and special effects. This is an artificial created knack.
So these are your modern day Chaldeans. They fall into the technocracy. They're able to do technology and special effects. Magicians. Yes, they're able to do physical stuff very skillfully, but they are also very much. These guys are also left-handed, demonically charged. They're not. They're able to do physical things that are illusional, but they are also able to operate in true demonic power. Like when you read the scriptures, remember when the men of Pharaoh's court, when Moses threw down his staff and it really did turn into a snake. And then the men of Pharaoh's court, they threw down their staffs and they really turned into a snake. Moses' snake ate their snakes. But the fact is, both sides were able to literally turn a stick into a snake. That's power, bro. The left hand has power. Now, they're not able to overpower Yahweh Shai. They're not able to overpower the elect, but they do have power. So these guys are very skillful at what they do on a physical level, but they also are, the fact that they're even able to be in this place, they're also charged with power from the left-hand side. You got to understand that too.
Here, make a hole for the hose. This one here, or maybe this one here. The camera looks different. Look at the attachment. Look at the reflection of the smartphone. Looks like reload and action. If the carotid arteria are hit, you would lose red fluid the whole time, but not a single drop on the ground. Only a small portion of red fluid on the table visible. The tent is white, no red fluid, but a hypersonic body would pass through like butter. Maybe that's why they want to get the camera, the attachment as fast as possible.
Why don't you bring flowers like a normal person? It's your father's favorite casserole.
Who even eats it anyway?
This is a commercial. I saw this commercial. Literally, understand, it was posted 2 days before he was shot. Watch the fucking, just watch.
I've been meaning to tell you. Your father's alive. What? We figured out how to pay for school. Dad faked his death so his art would skyrocket in value.
He's been down there for months.
Had to lay low while I sold all the paintings. Hi, babe. I told the kids. Say hi.
Hi, Dad.
We're so happy you're alive. Or we could look at a few different savings options.
I've been dying to see some options.
The right money moves aren't as dramatic as you think.
Now look, this is his post right before he was shot. Hey, PNC Bank, why did you shut down Donald Trump's bank account? So you're for equal access to voting, but not equal access to banking? Would sure be a shame if your conservative clients started closing accounts. Please explain. Now, don't look at the fucking text. It's the fact that the text is talking about a guy dying to fake his death, and then he's literally on X or on wherever he posted this, that he's posting this, and then he also ends up dying. So they're making a connection from his account to that commercial. That makes sense now after he supposedly is dead or faked his death. Whether, neither one matters. You're seeing the production, you're seeing the involvement, the premeditated, how many people are involved, and what do you see? It's the so-called white race. The Most High is allowing all of this. Everyone's focused only on who killed Charlie or is he dead? Okay, those are two aspects, but it gets bigger. What do you see? You see a specific race of people doing this production, doing this enchantment before the whole world, and it's affecting the entire planet. And yet, what does the scripture say? Okay? So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves, and all that see them shall flee away. What else does the scripture say? But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall no longer be able to hide himself. What do you see? You see the man of sin being exposed, because these aren't Chinese people. These aren't so-called black people. Now, do Chinese people and black people, I'm just using those terms, do they work with this dude? Yes, but who at the end of the day is in control of all this? The so-called fucking white man. And his real name, his real identity, but I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. What else does it say? Okay, he who is wicked to himself, how will he be good to whom shall he be good? Is this not him being wicked to himself? Because he's affecting the minds of so-called white people in America that are on the bottom. It's affecting them on both sides. he's affecting the minds of our people too. Do you see? So you're telling me that the Most High is looking at all this and we're just all going to be equal in this situation? No, bro. This goes back to World War II when they dropped the bomb on Japan. Are we all equal in that situation, or is this something that they did? Same with fucking slavery. Is this something that everybody did, or is it something they did? You're going to tell me that the Most High is going to listen to the white man and say, you know what, I got to listen to what he's saying when the white man talks about himself? No, bro. This dude is being exposed for what he is. Look at the side of his neck. Remember the
faked his
They want fluid on the anterior, the cat hole for the hose. Facts. This is an artificial created neck here.
In this video, that guy right
He
here,
won 6 Emmy Awards, makeup artist, and special effects. This is an
there's another video where they had this guy sitting right there. You see him? Another guy comes up and starts cutting right where he's pointing that black thing at. And the dude was cutting like for 3 minutes. He was cutting a perfect slit in that dude's neck, and there was no blood. Why? Because the outside of this dude's neck is not even his neck. His real neck is behind this neck. I saw this video. This is when I started thinking, wait a minute, this motherfucker's alive. Because they were showing you how good this shit looks, man. So fast forward to over here. Fast forward to right here. There's something in his neck right there, bro. And either way, if this guy's alive, he's raping the minds of his own people who loved him because he's in an underground bunker somewhere, because there is underground bunkers, because the top surface of America and the rest of the world is about to become a fucking war zone, because Jacob's trouble is coming. What we are explaining as Hebrew Israelites in the scriptures, the worst time in human history is coming. That's found in Jeremiah chapter 30. It's also explained in 2 Ezra chapter 15 and 16. In detail. It's gonna get extremely Hollywood movie, nightmarish, horrific on the surface, and the elite on the left-hand side, and the people they choose to go down with them, they also understand this, and they're gonna hide because they're gonna try to escape World War III and the fucking the chaos that's gonna be on top of the earth. All the judgments are gonna be being poured out. So it's not, what's the word? It's not a grab to reach for this dude to do all this shit up on the surface, and now he's already going to be ushered into an underground bunker because a lot of them are about to go down there pretty soon anyways, because shit's about to fucking hit the fan.
My 2016 campaign and traveled the nation with my son Don and Eric. I got to know him very well, and saw immediately that Charlie was actually a master builder of people.
All right, another one. Let's get another one.
Okay, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but that's weird. 3 minutes after it happened, literally picks up the chair that he was on.
So remember, there's a lot of skill and there's a lot of wisdom that went into this, but what does the prophecy say? He that is evil to himself, you got to put that in there. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? This is them being evil to themselves, because what do you see? You see another so-called looking Edomite dude questioning what these Edomites are doing. And they're like, well, shit ain't adding up, right? That's a form of evil. Then you got what? Obadiah, but you also have he shall no longer be able to hide himself, man. He is being exposed, okay? But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall no longer be able to hide himself. Everyone's saying they're doing this in the open. No, they're not doing shit. They're not in control, you guys. This is why. The reason why they're doing it in the open is because the Most High said they have to. You got to understand this. They cannot do anything surpass the prophecies. The so-called white man cannot do anything outside of what the Most High has already written in the movie to do. They can't step out of the realm of the programming of the Most High. Nobody can. Man's ways are of Yahweh. How then can he? Man's goings are of Yahweh. How then can he know his own way? There's no such thing as free will, you guys. Everybody is following the program according to every time when they go to sleep. They get a download of instructions. It's in Job, you guys. Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. This is why. This is why they are doing this. Whoa, nice, baby. Soon we will have many of those for wives in the future. That's real.
Okay, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but that's weird. 3 minutes after it happened. Literally picks up the chair.
They're just all over the so-called crime scene. So if this was a crime scene, and it was, or it isn't, they're just stepping and moving and touching. And who's giving them clearance? Why do these guys have so much authority to be here? Why is so much protocol being broken? Get your mind off of the fact that he's been killed or not killed. How is it that these fucking Edomites, because they are the ones that are in rulership, and they're following orders that's from people that you can't see who are in rulership.
He was on.
And it's also hypocrisy. Because if one of us were to do something like this, they would do yellow tape, get the fuck off the. They would be forensicing. We got to judge you for. They would come with every aspect of what you were thinking, what you were breathing, what you were doing when you committed the crime, and they would put you in their fucking prison forever, right?
That's weird. And then, less than a week after it happened, they are doing construction on the entire crime scene. That's weird. And then, what's that flash is happening coming from over there? That's weird.
So they got flashes coming from us in one direction. They got a million dudes standing around them. Look what he says.
Kind of really weird, actually. And why does it go right there and fall? Huh. That's really weird. How is this possible 48 hours later? Explain. Who would be able to physically do this in 48 hours? After that. That's weird. And why does Erica Kirk look more like JD?
This part, I don't know about this part, but everything he said up to then, I was like, yeah.
Vance than Erica Kirk. That's weird. And I could go on all day about this, but we'll stop here. How in the world is there 1, 2, 3 security guys and and more on the other side of the stage, and not a single one of them spot something in black moving on a roof and laying down when that's their literal job? That's weird.
That's another good question. See, so all these holes in this shit, why? Because the Most High has made him bare. I have uncovered his secret places. He shall no longer be able to hide himself. Because this is what the script to the movie says. And even though this is a script, right? There's a script. This is the ultimate script that they are inside of, and they can't get out of this. Nobody can. You have to understand the Bible is this. That's why it's called the scriptures. That's why a movie script to a movie is called a script, because they get it from here, you guys. Because even though they know on the left-hand side they have all this wisdom on the left-hand side, they can't escape the Most High's words. No one can get outside of Yahushua. Yahushua is called the Word of God. Does that make sense? So let's do this. Let's go back. Go back in. We got to see these. So this one, look at this.
Charlie was actually a master builder of people.
I'm one of the Masons of Turning Point USA.
And she's a part of it too, you guys. This fucking fine-ass, beautiful-ass fucking bedwench of our nation, because she fucking has their children. She gets skeeted in by them. She has their DNA through their seed in her body. She's completely sold out to these motherfuckers, man. It's sad. She's beautiful. I used to think Candace Owens was lame and shit. Over the years, I've been like, damn, she is so fine. But she's fucking on their side, bro. It sucks. And this is part of what it's like being in captivity. Our women, whoever is in captivity, your women become a spoil to the ones who are over you. And this is part of our judgment. Look at the jewelry and watch her hand. Watch this. So you see the eagle, and there's an omega symbol on her hand, like from a tan. Look at that shit, bro. So this from the beginning to the end was a production. And we know that the eagle is mentioned in Obadiah, though thou exalt thyself like the eagle, from there I will bring thee down. That's their symbol, right? This is not patriotism like people think it is. This symbol, this eagle goes back to Esau and Edom, way back to the Roman Empire. Okay, Second Ezra chapter 11 goes into the three-headed eagle, two-headed eagle, three-headed eagle, and multiple wings, like 11 or 8 wings, and breaks them all down, bro, all the Caesars. This is who these people are. But they speak in symbols because they operate in darkness. The so-called white man is the man of sin. It's their whole race, you guys. It's all of them. They're being exposed, and people still fucking can't receive it. You see, what other race of people is doing this shit? Chinese people are billions of people. They're not doing this shit. And our people who do this stuff, who are they connected to? These motherfuckers.
There's a movie called...
You gotta see a tree by its fruit, man. How many times you gotta see satanic shit on such a deep level with one specific race before you ascribe to that race that they must be the Edomites? And people are just seeing this shit and just overlooking it all day long because they still think that some of them can be Christians. The white people on the bottom think they're Christians because these motherfuckers told them they could be. And these motherfuckers get on TV acting like Christians so that the white people on the bottom that look up to them and worship them think that they can be Christians. And then the rest of the people that are the nations, including our people who follow these fucking people, think they can also be the type of Christians that they said you can be. When it's all a fucking lie. It goes back to what? Satan's ministers transforming themselves into angels of light. It's talking about this race of people. Satan can transform himself. It's talking about these people can transform himself. This is not talking about himself into an angel of light, into a man, a messenger of light. It's talking about Isaiah 14. Lucifer into an angel of light. Angel of light. People think this is talking about the prince demon Satan. No, it's talking about the so-called fucking white man. And no marvel for Satan himself. This is talking about Esau, Edom. Is transformed into an angel of light. Talking about a Christian. Because the wicked can't be saved, you guys. The wicked are reserved for the day of judgment. So how can they spread the gospel of Yahushua if their entire seed line is reserved for Yahushua in the near future, the war of heaven? Revelations 12. This is the race of people that once they get their technology to a certain level, they are going to try to fight Yahushua, but they told the whole world his name is Jesus. They told the whole world he's a white man. They told the whole world he has long hair and only wears robes. You got to understand, they're the only race that did this. So they can't be Christians on the lower level. This is how wicked they are to their own people. They've lied to their own people about who the fuck they are, you guys. And they're lying to the world about who they are. And now, what does the scripture say again? But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall no longer be able to hide himself. That's what the scriptures say. So, let me get just a couple more real quick. Let me see. Because I saw there was so much of
Guys, I have seen a stabbing before. I have seen a shooting before. There are pools of blood. Look on the ground. No blood whatsoever dripping. His white shoes.
He should be still dripping blood by now. That was done so fast. All of his 8 pints of blood, 8 ounces, however many pints of blood, wouldn't have come out. Especially with them moving him, he would have been leaking, bro. He should be leaking, but he's not.
Completely white. No blood anywhere. Again, should be pools. These aren't even medical personnel. They're his security. They pick his body
There was so much protocol broken in this production. It's why yet people still are not understanding that this is the race of people that the Most High calls the Edomites.
The ground under the tent and take it straight to the SUV. Where is the blood?
Now see that sister right there? See that Eve? You see her cell phone? How come her footage isn't being shown? Look how close she is to the car.
Come on now. Look on the ground right here at another...
There goes a cop protecting them, right? Because they all knew. Now, that's an Asian cop, right? But he's a Freemason. His whole point was to be there.
Angle. Look on the ground. No blood. PSYOP. Guys, I have seen a stabbing before.
So see, look at the sister right there, or whatever she is. Look at her cell phone. Where is that footage? Because another video points this out. How come there's only so many types of videos that we've seen with thousands of people on their cell phones? Now you see this, right? You see this girl, this Jake, this
guys,
the NW.
I have seen a stabbing.
See the NW right there? Where is that footage? Because she's right up on them. Now watch.
Guys, I have seen a stabbing.
So right here.
And here you have it. And here you have it. Watch the dude as he grabs the squib off of Charlie, puts it in his pocket. Watch closely. The one guy grabs the squib, gives it to the guy with the polo. He puts it in his
This video was frustrating because the fucking dude is stopping the video and then putting those big old red fucking signs on the goddamn screen, covering up what the fuck he's talking about. And when you go into the comments, everyone's complaining about it. Fucking idiot. So let's pull out of this one. I remember that. It pissed me off. Fucking dumbass.
Right here, guys. Right here, guys.
This is the guy that says, "What's up with all the cameras?" I think.
Right here. It's unbelievable that people can watch this and say, "No, you're just delusional," or "No, you snorted cocaine," or...
See, and this also shows you the power that the Edomites have been walking in this whole time. You see all these fucking white men doing weird shit around this dude, and yet no one is ascribing any form of transgression or sin to this race of people. This is fucking crazy. When you really... Dude, niggas do any fucking thing. Oh my God, they're criminals. You gotta lock them up forever. This goes into the mark of Cain. There's a supernatural mark on the so-called white man. Yes, it's his skin and lack of pigmentation, but there is a supernatural mark on the so-called white man because it preserves him for the day of judgment at the end of time. That's what it is, bro. It's not because these people are righteous. Again, that's something else the Most High said in the movie. I'm going to put a mark on you so that nobody will touch your fucking ass. Anyone who touches you will be judged sevenfold. So no one is touched. No one even thinks in their mind to judge the so-called white man for the shit he does. Look at the guy's facial expressions when this dude is getting his neck blown out, or supposedly getting his neck blown out. He's not jumping around like everybody else is jumping around.
You're just stupid. Like, you can't see what I'm seeing? That is a palm gun. Now, you may not know
whether it's a palm gun or some type of technology for the special effects of a fake death. He's doing something that's very unfucking usual, like the other fucking white dudes that are doing something very unusual, and yet no one looks at the white race for the tree that they are. They're just like, oh, they're the only people that get to do all these weird fucking things in society, but everybody else must be judged when they do something very small. It's weird, but it's in the scriptures.
Palm gun is, but that is a palm gun. Look it up. That is a palm gun. Squeeze it, you can see the recoil. That is a palm gun. You can see him squeeze it, you can see the recoil. Boom! And Charlie Kirk is dead. That is a palm gun. Boom! Charlie right here, guys. Right here.
What you know about rolling down in the deep when your brain? What you know about?
And the chair in this one goes through the table, so it's showing you there's some AI parts to this video.
Rolling down in the deep when your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean.
See, it just the chair it went through the table. It went into the table, so it shows you this part is AI. And and then look on the bottom. It says over 1,000 people in attendance with 4K iPhones. Why have we only seen 4 to 5 angles at low quality? Remember the sister? Remember the fucking N-Dub that she was recording right up on them? Where's that footage at? Exactly. So this is just showing you how crazy this whole thing is. And the only way to correctly describe it is to go along with what it says in prophecy. That's the only way, which proves that the so-called white men are the Edomites. And there's no salvation for them, and they're about to be judged because the wicked is reserved for the day of judgment. And the reason why nobody judges them with all the fucking evidence that comes out about them is because the mark of Cain has been protecting them to reserve them for the day of judgment. And their judgment is at hand, bro. So I pray that this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Doubles honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, of whom I learned from, Shalom, to the hope of the elect, taking this truth to the four corners of the earth, bidding the elect spirits to the marriage supper of the Lamb, who is Yahweh Shai. This is your brother, Radah. Shalom.